Voting for the 2017 Legacy Awards has concluded, and the fans have voted as the top performance in NCAA championship play. The Harding Lady Bisons, they won the Central Regional, went on to the Elite Eight, and made it all the way to the Final Four. And joining us here is, I guess, technically ex-Lady Bison point guard Andi Haney. Andi, take us back there to the start of the regionals there. You guys get to host for the second time during your career there, and obviously it turned out a whole lot better than the first time. What was it like having it back there in Searcy?
Well, it was awesome for sure, but you always have those feelings, after freshman year. Oh no, we don't want it to end up like that because it wasn't fun watching everybody else play on your home court. But just the start of it, this team just felt really different because, one, I think being on your home court calms a little bit of nerves because you know the facilities, you know what to expect. We knew we could win there because of the crowds we had, even though it was, I think it was spring break or some kind of break at the university.
That's right, yeah.
It still, it still had that feel. That was our house. And then we had great people. The NCAA people that they sent were so nice. The lady running the practice and everything was awesome. But so just starting out, we were thinking, oh boy, GAC playing GAC. That's
where I was going to lead off, was you drew Arkansas Tech for the seemingly third time in about 3 weeks.
Yes. And so, that just happened, That doesn't, and if you think about it for our conference sake, that was something that we would have rather not done, because somebody was going home. But, and it could have gone either way. Tech had a great team, as they always do. They always give us a great run for our money. And we knew it wasn't going to be easy because, like I said, they had a great team. So it wasn't like we were coming in and thinking, oh, this is going to be a breeze, even though we had just beat them, because we just squeaked by and beat them the first time, or the third time, I guess. But, so we came into that game knowing that it was going to be the team that outworked or played, and it was going to have to go perfect, because you don't play a team 4 times and do something new on them. By that time, they know what you're going to do. So that was a little bit of a challenge for the mind, more than I think the playing wise, because you just have to get focused and think, okay, this is another game. There's nothing we can do about it. This is just the draw we both got. And so that point in time, it turned out in our favor. But like I said, they have a great team. And so it was a good win for the first round.
So to get past them, then you have 2 straight MIAA teams there. First, Central Missouri, where you had to rally late. And then certainly the game that will probably forever be etched in the minds of people there in Searcy, and certainly all across the GAC. There were many different ways we were following the game with Emporia. Just take us to that game there on Monday with Emporia being down so much early, and then the furious rally you guys underwent to win that one.
Well, they're a great team as well, because they've been there so many times. They've won that region so many times, and so they're a well-known team for sure. And so, going into that game, of course, there was nerves, there was high intensity, high pressure, but I think, again, being at our home place really had its advantage. And I tell people there was no way we would have won that game without our fans, because, we have great crowds every night. We have a great fan base here at Harding. It's unbelievable, especially for women's basketball, to get to play in such a great crowd every night. But just having the students come back and just having such a big crowd, I couldn't even hear myself thinking there. Don't have any clue what Coach Kirby said that night, so that's just that, I guess. But I think the crowd one helped us. And then getting down by that many in the first half, I was just really proud of the team, because at halftime it was kind of one of those speeches, we've been here before. It's nothing we haven't been through. We put ourselves in a hole. We've done that a couple times in the season, but I told people here at Harding that it was kind of like the story, I like to equate it to David in the Bible. When he was about to slay Goliath or go fight Goliath, he had said, hey, I've been here before. I've fought with a bear, I fought with a lion, and God was with me through that. And so even though it is a sport, that's still something, gave us confidence, was, okay, this isn't something we've not been in before, and if we just stick together and play our game, and we can overcome it. So just the atmosphere and just the experience that we had throughout the year, I think really helped us in that last game.
And in that game, the crowd was just dying for you guys to start a rally. because they were really gonna. If you led, they were gonna carry you through the finish. And in the fourth quarter, you got right up to the edge of catching Emporia so many times, and then the moment where you finally take the lead with the play to Sydney. Just tell us through that moment and how crazy that place had to be going there late in the game.
Like I said, it was crazy loud. You had no idea what was going on, and we just had to rely on our preparation and just the things that we had known and we'd learned throughout the season, as well as seasons before that if people were there before, But it was just a time that Sydney Jones has come up big a ton of times for us this season, which has been great. And so I think just trust in each other, just having trust in who was on the floor, who was cheering us on the bench, just knowing that we were in it together, win or lose, we had each other's back. And we always talk about play till the final buzzer, and that could have been an opportunity to give up, but I was really proud of the girls, how they just kept battling. And I mean, as everybody saw, it did come down to the last buzzer. Everybody was holding their breath at that last shot even.
Yeah, and forgive me for not knowing it offhand. I should have gone back and watched it more. Were you guarding Lackey when she took the shot, and
Yes.
did you were able to turn around to see how did the shot look online from where you looked, and what was that must seem like it took like a minute for that final 2 seconds to run off the clock. Just take us through where you were.
Well, they had a little out of bounds play on the side, and we really didn't know what they were doing. Even when they threw the ball in, I still was not sure what they were doing. But, I just saw, oh no, they gave it to my girl, so I'm going to do the best to get my hand in her face, But even she had a good look, and that was a great shot. And I just remember thinking as soon as it bounced off the rim and Riley got the rebound, I was actually thinking, oh, thank Jesus, because by that time I was spinning. I was like, I have no energy left. I know none of the other girls, they had worked so hard in that game. In the games, it had been a long week, 2 weeks. But I was just thinking, oh, thank you, because, they fought hard. Emporia's a great team. They fought hard, but then I liked the heart that us as a team showed in the end there.
And then what do you take from the post game of that night? Whether it's just the embraces, the family all being around there, the just end of the night. Just what's the lasting memory you think you'll take from that night?
So are you trying to make me cry or no? That's the question.
I do have a streak of never having have it before on a legacy award. But if you want to be the first,
Well, no, that was awesome. It's a great attest to Harding in general. After that final buzzer sound, you have people like Dr. Burks, who used to be the president of the university, or Dr. Gaines, who used to be the president, coming right out there on the floor, giving you hugs because they have taken time to invest in our lives. They know us personally. They have spent time. So that was even a greater accomplishment to them, because they've invested. And that's what you could say for a lot of people at Harding. And it's more of a family affair. So whether it's our own family, like, of course, I loved having my mom and dad and sister and brother there to come give me a hug afterwards, and just celebrate in it. Actually, I was talking to my brother the other day, and he said, remember that time when we won that game? I said, excuse me, we won that game? I don't remember you doing anything. But that's how we feel here at Harding. It's just a family, a tight-knit group, and so teammates' families are ours, anybody is ours in the crowd, and they love us and they support us. And so I bet it took probably an hour and a half to get out of that place, from one person hugging you, talking to the next person. And so it was just really cool to have that experience and have even that comeback win on your home floor where people want to celebrate it and are living it with you in the moment.
And then you guys actually have a minute to finally catch your breath before you go to Columbus. You got the rest of the week there in town. What was it like, the next day of classes or the first time people saw you the day after? How was the reception for you guys and the team while you were still in town?
It was really good, you walk down the hallway and everybody's patting you on the back and, making you feel good. But I think the girls had good focus because we knew our job wasn't done. Yeah, that was really cool. But we knew we had something else to get done too. So I think, if I remember right, Coach's words, let's celebrate this tonight, let's celebrate this tomorrow, but let's get back to work, and we had another job to do, but it was cool to see everybody. And since we have chapel and stuff, they announce it, get recognition that way. So that was really cool, and just to keep celebrating that feeling. But like I said, we all knew, okay, it's time to get back at it and get ready to go to Columbus, because we had no idea what to expect.
And then on to Columbus there, where you draw Queens out of New York there, with a team that had about as many sisters as Harding's tend to have with Haney's there. You draw that game and you win it late. Looked like you were in control for a while, and then it got pretty hairy late. Just what was the mindset there that first day up there, and to be on that national stage?
Well, I have to, of course, talk about the events before the game, because that's where the real fun happened, too. So we got there in Ohio, and it'd been a long day, so we're all tired. But the next day, the NCAA, they treat you good up there, that's for sure. And so we got to go to a banquet at this place called COSI, which was a science center. And, of course, it was kind of like the GAC, you have a banquet, people get up there and talk, give speeches. But definitely the coolest memory that I know a lot of the girls would say was us being able to have a Make-A-Wish kid, Mason, and he just made that night so fun. He just loved every moment of it and thought we were awesome. So it gave us perspective, like this, we're touching people on a bigger level than basketball or sports or anything like that. So that was really cool beforehand. And then, of course, we got to see the facilities. The hotel was all decorated, and then go practice in the gym. So that was all a new experience and all really fun. But, of course, game day, that was focus day. And so we knew it was going to be hard watching film. The GAC or teams that we're used to playing, that's easy. You have a scouting report on them, things. But all we had was game film, and maybe coach talking to other coaches and stuff. But it's hard to tell on game film, how fast they are, what they actually do, because it all looks slow on TV. We look slow. Everybody looks slow. So I think we were a little surprised, because they have great athletic girls, and they had moves, that we might not have been prepared for. So I think we came in with our usual game plan and trying to do our thing, but then they're a great team too. I mean, they made it to the Elite Eight, and so it was just a battle to the end. And I don't think I'd want it any other way. Who has fun with a blowout in the Elite Eight? Who wants to watch that?
Definitely not the fans or the staff back at home watching. They can't just already pencil in a win. No, not us at all.
Exactly. So it was, like I said, just something that we didn't expect, because we didn't know what to expect. It was all new. But again, that's just been, I think, theme for our team, not even thinking about it, is just we have to fight to the finish. We have to have heart. We have to outwork everybody else. And so that showed up again, and that we were glad that it was successful in that moment.
And then, ever so briefly, to run into Ashland, I'm sure you were going to see him at some point, and they probably got to experience what you had back in Searcy with the huge, home court advantage, like being so close there in Columbus. And I think you gave them their best test throughout the week, but they proved to be the best team in the land, going undefeated. But then the return home to Searcy, as you finished up there in Columbus, just take us through that experience of being welcomed back by the faithful fans.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes back again to like the regional game. We'd been traveling all day, and at that moment in time, you're like, okay, I'm ready to get home. This has been tiring. This has been fun, but now's the rest time. But just pulling into campus and seeing so many people that were the same people at the regional game that have been to every game. Some people will come say hi to us in practice. Just people who've invested in our life is what Harding's all about, like I said. But it was so great to see all of those people there, and those are some of the most cherished moments that I'll have. I mean, I have pictures from Jeff Montgomery taken of all of us like embracing the people and things like that. So that was really exciting and just sealed the deal of our homecoming, and so it was really a great thing to see.
Well, wrapping up here with Andi Haynes, look back at Harding's run to the NCAA tournament on the women's basketball side. This is a chance for your Oscars acceptance speech, with all these awards being voted on via social media, and you guys had one of the more resounding wins on the Twitter poll here. So your chance to get one last shout out to the Lady Bison Nation, all those who supported you guys and came through with the winning votes here on this poll. So floor is yours.
Oh no, I didn't prepare anything. You didn't tell me.
Well, just don't forget names. You'll be fine.
No, I mean, I would definitely say everybody on the team is very thankful to their families and the people who've gotten us to this point to college. And then, of course, Coach Kirby and Coach Jamison and everybody involved. And you just can't say everybody because Harding has so many people. People are still talking about it, you know. And so you really feel loved at Harding. So we thank everybody who has invested in us on and off the floor and made us feel way better than we are, that's for sure. But it's just a very humbling experience, and I'm thankful for everybody that got to celebrate it with us, and I know they're going to do great again next year, so I'm excited to watch them.
Well, Andi Haney, we thank you for joining us here to look back at, again, the Harding's run to the NCAA Championship, the Final Four, voted the Legacy Award for the most outstanding performance in NCAA Championship play. Thanks for taking time to look back on that run.
Thank you.